Welcome back to Brass Tacks. Today we're jumping into Chapter 2 of Orwell. Last time, we started digging into Cassandra Watergate's life, uncovering some red flags and piecing together her story. Now the investigation heats up as we follow new leads and see where this trail takes us. Let's get started. Episode 2, A Place Where There Is No Darkness. Welcome back. I hope you don't mind if we get started right away. We have tons of work ahead of us. I met with my superiors and they wish to continue with the test case. They believe in the capability of Orwell to handle this. Oh, and you, of course. My superiors agree with me based on the information you have already extracted. The activist group known as Thought is worth investigating. It seems that this Goldfield is an important member of Thought, so we now have clearance to consider them as a target person. Now that Goldfield is a target person, there may be two data chunks available in documents you have already accessed. Don't forget to go back and recheck your sources. So here's the situation. Cassandra's involvement in the Ponton attack is still unclear, and the Orwell program has flagged more data sources for us to sift through, and it's our job to find the truth. Alright, so we are being tasked with looking deeper into Cassandra's network, especially Goldfield's. This is where the investigation really opens up. We'll start by examining her connections and seeing if there are any patterns or, suspicious activities. Let's see, let's go back to Cassandra's. Is this her second arrest record? It looks like it is. She willingly cooperated. Suspect was arrested in her flat. She willingly opened the door and cooperated with arresting officers after having the warrant announced and her rights read to her. Alright. Weather report, which is not relevant to us. Timelines and Rosen announced cooperation. I don't think that's relevant to us. Ponton bombings, which is also it's relevant to the case, but not to our investigation. Alright, let's see. Alright, so Goldfills, that's his image. Let's upload that. The thoughts are free. That's the same poem or song that was left in the attacks. The letter we're right, it seems. Immigrated. Alright, an immigrant. He created this blog. If Goldfield is one of the who created the blog, perhaps he founded or even was the leader of the activist group. So let's read the whole. The thoughts are free. Do I want to read all of this? Yeah, sure. Let's go. I propose to consider the question: are our thoughts still free? While this might seem to be a surprising question in our current world of ever-growing digital surveillance, freedom the thought is no longer evident. Dear reader, there is a German folk song called The Thoughts Are Free. It goes like this. Thoughts are free, who can guess them? They fly by like nocturnal shadows. No man can know them, no hunter can shoot them. With powder and lead, thoughts are free. Think what I want and what delights me is still always reticent, and as it is suitable. My wish and desire no one can deny me, and so it will always be. The thoughts are free. And if I am thrown into the darkest dungeon, all these are futile works, because my thoughts tear all gates and walls apart. Thoughts are free. Now still young, long before I immigrated to the nation in 1993, I believe this is to be a universal truth. There are no borders for thoughts and no rules for what it is or is not allowed to be thought. This was not because I thought people should be so tolerant, not at all. Instead, I simply held it dear that nobody except for ourselves really knows what's going on in our heads until we choose to reveal it. Yesterday, a question crossed my mind. If the increasing interconnectedness of humans via modern technology serves more and more as a collective memory and brain of our society, and there is an institution that is capable of monitoring every bitstream of it, how can thoughts still be free? Is it not likely that we will communicate only under great mental reservation to hold on to our knowledge, which means, as a final consequence, we will stop thinking? When I think of the increasing aggressive operations of the surveillance machinery in the nation, I truly fear the answer to this question. That is why I created this blog. I want to encourage alternatives to the control and safety bigotry of this digital world. Yours sincerely, A. Goldfells. Actually, let's go back to Cassandra's article. Because I don't think I read that yesterday. Freedom is unfree. It's scams everywhere, even at the Freedom Plaza. Is it just me, or is it more than a little bit, I don't know, ironic? You probably all know me as either that blue-haired punk bitch, stupid cunt, or anti-government terrorist. These are the only some of the names I've been called during the criminal investigation against me. That was just because, in the middle of the chaos, someone believed to have seen me hurt a police officer. It never even occurred to anybody that it wasn't me. We were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. We have always been against violence. One would assume that in an age where there are camps everywhere, it would be easy to prove whether I was at all involved or not, but it wasn't. It took weeks of investigative custody to figure out that the camp footage was actually not clearly showing anything at all. Which raises the question, why are there so many camps in the first place? The answer is intimidation only. You keep calm, quiet, and careful when there are cameras around, or you fear that there are cameras where you cannot see. When founding this blog years ago, Abraham predicted pretty much this for all the web, and now it's in our real lives too. We have been brought to the freedom and moral since we were kids at school. We were told lavish tales about the founders of the nation, told to show national pride, and I know what you're thinking now. This thing is damn ugly. What is that donut even? The let freedom ring. But the statement behind this is ridiculously enormous heap of stones should be clear. In the middle of the Capitol there is a symbol of freedom. Comprehensible symbolism for everyone, isn't it? With the cameras there, this is now the plaza of unfreedom, if anything at all. The thought must change direction. I thoroughly believe we were able to capture minds if only we could garner attention on thought as a group. And what we stand for. It seems my ambition was once again too much. After 1.5 years recruiting 2 of my students and arranging 3 demonstrations like the one held at Freedom Plaza, I feel obliged to ask myself where we stand. Have we reached our goal? What has been sacrificed along the way? In short, are we true to the initial goal that formed the group? Let's put that up there. 3 demonstrations. More interesting might be that the 2 students seem to be involved. Frankly and sadly, the answer to the latter is a resounding no. We let ourselves be consumed by anger and hatred towards those we thought to do us wrong. Thoughts are free, but that does in no way mean that they can attack and do whatever they wish. Instead of blaming others, I now see my high aims might as well be the cause for all the events of this past month. More than anyone else of thought, I feel responsible. As a consequence, I will halt my active engagement in this group. I firmly believe that it shall be better for everyone involved, especially my students from Stelligan. Whatever active engagement means, still an interesting fact. What now? Stelligan, the same university where a bomb just exploded? You know what I think about coincidences? I won't repeat it. Alright. So far, the evidence suggests that Goldfields was a prominent lecturer at Stelligan and some of his students became involved in thought. Did he recruit them for his cause? We need to identify those students to see who else is involved with the group. A troubled past, we will have to get to the bottom of this, alright. Stelligan University Memorial page. And courses. This course is currently unavailable due to Representative Goldfields retiring. Abraham Goldfields, so now we have his full name. Abraham it is, well done. Professor, now we have his occupation. You notice the bombing locations seem to be closely connected to thought there could be a pattern emerging. Now it has held 3 demonstrations, yet there have only been 2 bombings, which might imply, well, it's definitely a shot in the dark, but we absolutely need to do everything we can to prevent another attack. Take a close look at the past of each member with thought, find out the locations of all demos they have held that might yield a hint. Being a luminary in his profession, Abram Goldfield's glad accepted the offered professorship in the field of media ethics at Stellium, from which he sadly retired in fall 2016. Previously, Professor Goldfeld has held position as a journalist as a Der Reporter, one of the most renowned German daily newspapers. Was also chairman of Global Media Ethics Congress. In his works, Professor Goldfeld never relents to emphasize the importance of privacy. Chairman of an ethical congress, just the average run-of-the-mill terrorist raid. Wow, okay, Sims. In his works, Professor Goldfeld never relents to emphasize the importance of privacy over public interest. Publications of significance. Thoughts Are Free, a modern time declaration of independence towards mass surveillance book. Well, what do you say to that? He literally wrote the book. Well, that's a whole lot of information about this Goldfields, yet only one other page could be indexed. Very strange indeed. I think the next course of action should be to look for other people of this thought group, like the students he mentioned. For suspect connected with Salt's arrest. With first suspect in connection with Assault's arrest read. Women arrested in connection with recent attacks in Bonton. A couple months ago, the Bonton Police Department reported an arrest connection with the recent bombings in the capital. It has been made. A young woman has been brought into custody to investigate efforts of a special task force, police spokesman Kaufman said. How the woman is related to the bomb attacks, Kaufman did not cover. However, it is rumored that the suspect is well known to authorities by other incidents. Alright, let's go back to the homepage. Notable alumni. Alright. Attendee list. Let's go back and look for Goldfields media. No Goldfields. Media. Goldfields. Anything? Carrington Juliet. We have seen this name before, haven't we? Right, she was a friend of Miss Watergate. Now it also appears that she was a student of Abraham Goldfields. I think that's enough to warrant a report. Give me a few minutes. Alright, we have authorization to investigate Miss Carrington. Cool. Let's go back now to media again. Do we have Goldfield's list again? O'Donnell Harrison, guess. Harrison O'Donnell, yes, we've seen that name connect to Miss Watergate. I'll report this right away. You have been authorized to consider Harrison O'Donnell a target person. Now there's some more work for you. Congrats. Harrison and Juliet, those must be Abraham and Goldfield's student within thought. Well done. Thanks. Now let's see. I'm pretty sure he was already retired at this point. Yeah, he's not on the list anymore. And Joseph Langley is messaging Cassandra, so let's wait for that to work its way around. Juliet. There you are. Let's put an image to you. You are a PR assistant at Rosentech. It's your birthday. You live in Farview. You're interested in guitar scene, books, board games. Okay, let's scroll. Oh, okay, they have a family page. There we go, that's a more accurate birth date. That's her parents. Studied media economics at Stelligan University. I mean, these doesn't seem relevant. So I'm just gonna disable these. Rose and Tech website. There's her company phone number. Good work. The listener will also track incoming and outgoing telephone calls for numbers you have added. Speaking of which, Joseph Lang. Hey you, I'm sorry about last night. I really should have come over. It's just that this client is massive influential and could bring a whole lot of exposure to the office. I've been trying to get a meeting for months and it went rather well. Here's hoping. God, I'm such a stupid old man who just talks about this job too much. I'm sorry. It's just a big part of my life. Hello, are you still upset? Cassie, can you at least answer me? If you don't, I'll start to worry. You know what I'm like. Okay, let's look at Julie Carrington. She's answering a call from Esther Carrington. I think that's her mother. Give that a minute. Okay, anything we're missing? I don't think so. Oh, even though Cassandra and I just got to know each other at the protest at Freedom Plaza, okay. Recently increased political activity. First Miss Watergate and now Heard. Is there some sort of brainwashing going on? Why do you jump to a conclusion, right, dude? What else am I missing from this page? Why does it keep tagging it as there's some relevant information? I don't think there is, though. How's the listener doing? Welcome to Rose and Tech. This is PR Assistant Julie Carrington speaking. How may I be of service? Hello, Julie Carrington. This is Esther. You sound so official. Hi, Mom. This is important. You know I can take personal calls while I'm at work. I just want to check in, make sure you're home for dinner tonight. Lives with parents, alright. Actually, I'm heading out with now to find her parents' address. So I'm heading out with some friends from work. Time for some Bonton clubbing. Honey, please don't. On the news they said it would be advisable to avoid public places. They expect another bombing. Mama, I get that you're worried, but I can't just sit at home with you every night of the week. That's exactly what those terrorists want us to do. Avoid public life. We can't give up their freedom like that. Honey, please, you won't have much freedom left if you're dead, Mom. I won't die. How can you be so sure of that? I could just as easily be hit by a car on my way home to your lovely dinner. Don't say that. I just think this ridiculous group has gotten you into nothing but trouble. What were they called? Alright, geez, Mom. I'm gonna think about it, okay? Thank you, honey. I'm sorry, but I really have to go, and I don't want Victor Rose into person and fire me. I have to go. Sorry, I love you. Bye. Alright. Let's see, what? Am I missing something here? Oh. Why does it keep flagging it like I missed something? Let's go to Harrison. I'm not gonna put Mikipunk as your job. Let's disable that. This post has been deleted. Do we have something to hide there, Mr. O'Donnell? Ah. Member of band. Are two students members of thoughts or a couple? Very interesting. Easily jealous? Okay, sure. Alright, let's go back to Juliet's timeline. I think it should pop out now. Alright, there we go. This light's going out. That's. Seems irrelevant. These information seems irrelevant. Engage in torture. Actually, it would update them to friend though. So I don't like that it adds torture to Cassandra. Torture is that correct? What? Wow. The only underlines our assessment as potential dangers from yesterday. I'm gonna disable this one, doesn't seem relevant. Alright, band. The targets. Harrison. Oh, that's quite an ego we've got there, haven't we? Tubman. Alias. Okay, gigs. Hancock decides to quit the band. What's this? A new portrait? No, I don't need a new portrait. Okay, this is conflicting with what? We haven't found the confliction. Let's look at this. Cassandra to Juliet. Albums. Ah. Got his contact info. Excellent. You'll now have access to any emails coming in and out of his account.